Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Where are you tuning in from? This is yet another session of AfriMoms. We have traveled, guys. We have traveled. And today we are in the land of the brave, the land where I got my education. I was in the land of the brave for 4 years. Which country am I talking about? I'm talking about Namibia. So someone is hosting a lady from Namibia, a lady of many talents, a lady who has gone through it. She has been up there, she's been down, she's coming up, she's everything. And why am I bringing this lady? It's because I need us to learn and understand that in business, it's not only the ups, there are also the downs. So Samagumbi is my name. I am the host. If you want to be on this channel, on this show with me, my details are down below. Get in touch with me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Samu, you've talked too much. Introduce your guest. Sheila, how are you, girl?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so good. How's NAMS?
Namibia is actually fine. Today we received good showers, so we are quite excited.
It is exciting, yay.
Yeah, very much.
Awesome. Sheila, we want to know Sheila. Who is Sheila? Like, why is someone talking about the land of the brave and all that?
Right.
Let us know. Let the ladies know who you are.
All right. Good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are. Good morning. My name is Sheila. I am in Namibia, Windhoek to be precise, and I do run a business. And yeah, and I'm so excited to be here before you today. And I'm hoping that whatever I can say will encourage you and keep you pushing and pushing even more. That's right.
We need to. Hey, are you married, Sheila?
Yes, I'm married. I've been married now for 3 years. So yes.
Still in the honeymoon, eh?
Yes, I'm still in the honeymoon phase.
I know. This is our teenage year, hey? This is our 13th year.
Really? Wow. That's amazing.
With 3 kids.
Sure. Wow.
It's work. Wow. It's work, girl.
I can imagine.
Now I understand why my parents were like that. Because I was like, like with me, I come from a family of 12 and 10 children.
Oh, wow.
Like we are 12 from 10 mothers.
Wow, that is a big family.
An African child, eh? And I heard you talking about your parents from another country. What's happening there?
Oh, yes. My mom and my dad actually Angolan. And also from my dad's side, we are also about 13 or so. And from my mom, we're just 3 from my mom's side. Yeah. Yeah.
You see. So we are Africans, hey?
I can relate. Exactly.
Yeah, girl, this happens, especially with us, our generation. But with us, we're only having 2, 3 kids, and then that's it.
That's we're done.
Some of us even have 1.
Yeah. And you stay wondering, like, how did they do it? Like, I know my grandmother had like 12 children. I'm like, yo. Yeah, they are women. And
all her children, those were just her children alone.
All hers.
Oh, guys, imagine getting pregnant 12 times.
Imagine, so, was from their time, they got married as teenagers, 15, 16, they're married and so forth. Yeah. So yeah, she took that mental seriously to multiply. It was like
to multiply. Oh man. But hey, girl, we're talking about retail today. We're talking about buying and selling. You know what, Sheila? I want you to be free to just talk with me, to let me in on how your journey in business has been like. Where did you start and what happened? Let's go, so that we can just sit back and listen to your story.
Okay, thank you, Samu.
Okay.
So for me, I would like to take you, I'm just going to give you a snippet so that I don't make
That's
it
okay.
too long,
Yes,
okay?
yes, yes,
So
yes.
since high school, I've always wanted to be in this business industry and stuff like that. I remember I used to run a tuck shop in school. I used to do everything that just keeps me busy. I used to sell popcorn. I used to sell everything in primary school. In high school, I was running a tuck shop. So later on in life, the older I got, I had to now obviously start doing more. So I started to order in from outside. We would order in shoes and bags and clothes and everything. We would order from the United Kingdom. We would order from South Africa. Basically everywhere that we could find stock from, you know. Sometimes we would just order online. At times we'd actually have to go there, get the stock and come in and so forth. We also traded in honey. We were selling honey, very nice actually. I wish I had a sample to show you. We started doing businesses with the shops as well, supplying to some shops. And it was really, really good, doing well. Until COVID happened and it taught us manners. And the borders were
Taught us manners. I
closed.
like
And
that.
it taught us manners. COVID humbled us.
I tell
So
you, I
then,
tell you, hey. Okay, maybe before we get to COVID, let's
yeah.
go deeper into this. When you were buying from South Africa and buying from, what kind of items were you buying?
Right. So we were doing fashion items, especially I was catering more for the women. The dresses, the office wear. I would do smart casual. I would do high-heeled shoes, flat shoes, stylish flat shoes, stylish handbags, whether branded or unbranded, and stuff like that. I would also do the waist. The corsets and lingerie, and you know.
Okay, so
So
you're
yeah,
doing
I was
fashion. Did you have a shop or were you selling from your car?
I was selling from home. I was selling from home
Okay.
as well as from the car. So if I would post something and somebody would like it, I would actually just go there and show them the item. I wanted to avoid rentals in Namibia are crazy. So I wanted to avoid that drama. So I was just doing for home sales, selling from home.
All right.
Yeah.
And your this is always the heart of the issue. How are you managing your finances then? Like the business one and your personal?
That's a good question. So at first, when I first started, because I started with no experience, I struggled a lot because I would mix things. Like if I would get business money and I needed bread at home, for example, then I'll go buy bread with the business money. If I needed cab money, I'll buy, and like that, I wasn't seeing the growth of my business, and I was getting frustrated because I'm thinking I'm putting in so much work and I don't see the money. And later on, I had to obviously go study. I had to go deeper and just understand, why am I not seeing money? Then I had to separate the two, you know, separating the
Okay.
two to
Okay.
say, okay, you know what, this is business is business and personal is personal. So yeah, I had to read a
Wow.
lot of
Wow.
books and educate
So
myself to
what
say,
yes, yes. I
mm,
wanted to ask what books or what did you study so that someone out there, you know, a woman who is in business right now, because it always comes up, I always get this question to say, but Samu, you know, there's no bread at home and then I've just made money. I need this. Like what books did you study so that maybe somebody else can be helped?
right. I read books like The Capitalist Nigger. I love reading The Richest Man in Babylon. That is my favorite book because he actually teaches you principles on money. And one of the things that he taught was, after you do your business, the first thing that you do is you pay yourself first, and then you take away 10% of your money and you put it away into savings. So
Come
I
on.
took most of those principles and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm actually doing this wrong, because I was just eating, and not having, and then at the end of the day I don't have money to sow, then I have to go back and start hustling again for capital and so forth. So I had to apply that principle to say, you know what, pay yourself first, and then you take your 10%, you put it away for savings, and then now you start looking for how the rest of your money you have to reinvest it, so that there at the end of the day you need to have money that is working passively behind the scenes, and then there is money that is coming in like daily, which is what they consider the cash cow, you know, and stuff like that. So I was reading a lot of material just to see, you know what, how am I where am I missing it, you know, and yeah, exactly.
Oh wow, I love that, Sheila. You know, I think I've got The Richest Man in Babylon in my laptop. So anyone, if you guys want it, reach out to me and I'll send you the PDF, because I also read a lot. And I made the mistake that I also made that mistake, Sheila. You know, I used to sell shoes a lot. And if I'm waiting for 20,000, I'm like, oh, I'm waiting for 20,000. And then I'm like, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. I forget that I needed to keep money for stock. So when I got pregnant and I could not work, there was no money, because I didn't save, I didn't even have the money for the seed.
Yo. Yeah, shame, yo, I hear you. I really hear you. I really do. Yeah.
So now what I've done is I've got 3 accounts. So I've got my other account that's basically for business. Whenever I'm doing my workshops or anything, the money goes there. Then I've got the money for, you know, what you call the cash cow. My other account, like it's a Capitec account. Everyone has got Capitec, like here in South Africa, so they can send money through my phone. Then if it's money for business, I'll transfer it to the FNB. Then I've just got my money for my Standard Bank, which is like the personal money. So what I pay myself goes to the Standard Bank. Now now at least I know if I'm using a card, I'm like, this is the card that I'm supposed to use. The other one, even like the business card, I leave it at home.
Yeah,
I don't even carry it with me, because I've learned that, you know, it's easy. You've got 3 kids, I've got 3 kids. I can just swipe.
I hear you. I definitely do.
Yeah.
Really do.
So we've been there. I hope another woman who's watching us, we seem like we're laughing and talking, but these are lessons that are real. And these are things that we need help with, so that we can see the growth of our business.
Right.
Yeah. So Sheila, tell me, you mentioned something about supplying to the shops. Let's move to the honey. So how were you supplying to the shops? Where were you getting this honey from? And how did the honey business go?
The honey business is actually very well. My husband was spearheading that part of business. He was getting his honey from outside, from Zambia, from Congo, from you know, wherever we could find. Yes.
I didn't know. Wow.
Yes, you can. So you just need a supplier. So we got that, and we packaged. Would go and address. We would go and address the shops and tell them, listen, we are a small business, and this is what we do. This is our samples and stuff like that. Would you just you can test it however you would like to test raw honey. It is not boiled. There's nothing added to it. It is just raw honey. It is as good as they come. So we got a couple of shops, a couple of contracts here and there, and then we started the business. The business was doing well. The business was thriving, and we were very excited until we got humbled, you know, by yes.
Wow.
Until that happened.
Yeah. If you're looking at it, Sheila, how would you have done it differently?
Possibly we could have possibly tried to establish beehives within the country, then we didn't have to cross borders. You know, we didn't have to we would cut cost on transportation, we'd cut cost on a lot of logistics and stuff like that. In just we would spend more to establish now beehives, but then we would know that, okay, you know, it's at least it's here. So then the product would change to 100% Namibian kind of thing.
Exactly. But Sheila, you tell me, why did you think of honey? How did that come about?
How did we get there?
You are a businesswoman. You are a businesswoman.
So my husband is Zambian, in nationality, Zambian. So when I went to Zambia to see, you know, the Zambian life and, you know.
Yes, Munishani.
Right, so we were driving, and along the road there were always this guy standing with bottles of things, and they were all standing there with cans, and there were so many. So I was wondering, what is that? And he told me, no, it's honey. I'm like, honey, like bee honey, or is it like a special honey that they make in their houses? They said, no, like bee honey. I'm like, you guys find honey just like that? For us, honey it's so expensive here in Windhoek, in Namibia, and it is rare. It's something that just happens, you know. If you find it, you will find it, but at a very price, you know. Yeah, so I was like, no, let's do this. Let's try this out. Let's buy a few, and then we go resell it, and we see how it works. So that's how we
oh my God, this Proverbs 31 woman, guys, I'm talking to a Proverbs 31 woman today.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's how the honey business started.
Okay. So let's now go to COVID. COVID has happened. It has humbled you. It has taught you a lesson. What's happening there? What's happening? Let's continue from there.
So now with the whole COVID drama, we couldn't, because the borders were closed, everything was on lockdown, so we couldn't import anymore, we couldn't send out anymore, we couldn't do any cross-border businesses. So I had to find something that would generate me the same, either the same or close to the amount that I used to make. So that's how I started baking. I started
guys, like I wanted to say it in my Ndebele, you know, in my language. You started baking. I told you guys, this is a woman of many talents. She started baking. Okay, we're there.
I started baking, and my friends and I started learning how to bake actually from YouTube and my friends, and I would try this and try that and push this and push that, and so forth. The baking business was doing well. It was doing well, and because it was something that I just jumped into, I didn't understand exactly how to generate income from baking. Oh, that one was also tough to take off. So I'm like, Jesus.
Jesus, help me, Jesus. Yeah.
So that's how I started. I started to make a lot of losses in the beginning. And then I had to master the art to say, you know what, if I change the strategy, this is what's going to work. At first, I was just baking for special occasions, like I advertise, and if a client comes, then I would sell and so forth. So I would only bake on orders. So then I decided I'm going to change it up. I'm going to bake every day, and then I'm going to sell it to everybody, but not the big cakes. Now I was making cakes in a bowl, just little. Yeah, just slightly bigger than a cupcake, for example, made up a nice cream to it and stuff like that, and started to sell it.
In Zimbabwe, we call it the candy cake. That one, which is like in a small bowl, and then it's got the icing, you know, like the orange or the pink icing on top. Yeah. Yes.
That one.
Yes.
So yes, I started to do that. That went exceptionally well. But you see, what started happening is because I was doing baking as a side hustle, it wasn't like my main thing. I was still employed, and so it started to demand a lot from me, because baking, you have to be consistent if you need to make money out of it. And I started to burn out, I started to get exhausted, and it was a lot. So I would work, what I would do is I would work from 6 until 4, and then from 4 p.m. I would be baking for the next morning sales. And so it was just a lot. And then I changed to say I'm only going to bake on weekends. And then weekends became a struggle, because then I had other activities to attend to and stuff like that. So then it became like, what am I going to do now? Now, post-COVID, rather, we'll put it in inverted commas, post-COVID, the borders are open again. So now I'm thinking, either I go back there or I continue baking. But I'm definitely, either way, something has got to go.
Something's got to go. I need to do something. I need to do one thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So are you still working full time?
Yes, I'm still working full time.
What do you do?
I am a consultant at the bank.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then all these things, all this that is happening is part-time.
It's part-time. That's part-time. It's easier to work because, we work in a big branch. So if I decided, okay, today I'm only making 15 cakes, each cake is selling for $60, then I will take all the 15 cakes to work, and it will finish at work. Everybody, I want one, then I'm done for the day. If
nice.
it don't finish, then I can go outside and say, you know what, I'm selling cakes quickly just to sell it off, and then I'm done for the day. It is easy.
You are my kind of girl who is not afraid to go out there in the streets. You're my kind of girl.
And it had to be something that I learned. It's also a book that I read. It's talking about negotiate as if your life depended on it. Something like that. How
is
to
that
talk
the title?
to people. Yes.
Negotiate. Please send it to me on WhatsApp.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll definitely
I'll see
do
if I have it or what. Because I think the more I'm talking to women, it's like you need to go back and learn.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what are you working on? Like now it's almost after COVID. What are you working on? What is Sheila doing? Like, what can women reach out to you for? People in Namibia are going to see you. What will when they reach out to you, what is it that you're offering them?
Okay, so right now we are, so you see, these businesses that I was doing before was just put my hand on it and let's go for it. Yeah. So now I have to regroup and restructure again and put it on paper, put it down exactly what I'm doing, exactly what am I offering. But I do know that for the long-term run, I am planning on opening a few shops for cakeries, for bakeries and stuff like that. And I'm also going to have a podcast on YouTube. I'm very excited about that. I'm super, super, super excited.
You started you off well, eh?
Yes. So I'm super excited for that. And I'm still regrouping. I'm still restructuring my thought, putting my thought exactly to one plan to see, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put down the vision, write it down actually, and not just grab and let's quickly sell this off, actually have a structure, a plan.
Yes. So I was going to ask. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask or comment to say, you were you were doing this. What was the plan in there? Where were you going? Because I realize with most of us women is you'll be like, no, I sell everything. I do everything. You're a jack of all trades, but master of none. Because once that thing is gone, then what? You are left with nothing. But if you are working on something and you've written down and you've got goals to say, at this stage, I need to reach here at this, and then you've got a growth plan, because I've got a program now that I am going to run that helps women to have a growth plan in their businesses. And I've cancelled the word small businesses. No, Sheila, there's no, you're not running a small business. You are in business.
That's right.
You are in business, because we need to change our mind. One of the speakers, one of the ladies I spoke to, she says, do your business part-time, but with a full-time mindset.
Wow, that's amazing.
You see, so do your business part-time like you're doing, but with a full-time mindset. So you are changing your mindset to say, no, this is not my small business. This is my business. This is my legacy that I'm building. And these are the plans, like you're saying now, you need to write down. I really appreciate you coming on and taking this on, because many people are like scared. Someone, what will I say? What will I do? But this session alone is going to be an aha moment to some woman to say, she did it. She did this, she did that, she even approached shop, she did this. I can also do it. You know?
That's right.
So that's I really, really appreciate you, Sheila. I know you're coming from work and you're tired, but I really appreciate your time. And
thank you so much.
You know that one. You see, I've clued up. Wow. Awesome. Yes. Okay. Any last words that you want to leave with us? A woman who's watching you, maybe they're waking up in the morning, maybe it's evening, or whenever, or wherever they are in the world. What can they hear from Sheila today?
Okay, great. So what I would like to say is that at times we may not know exactly, we may not have it all together, we may not even have a structured plan, but the most important thing is just to get up and do something. Do it. You know, it is, I heard a quote today saying it is better to have tried than not to have tried at all, than sitting with regrets of saying, what if I had, or what if I hadn't, or how would this have, you know. So it is always better to just take the first step and do it. If you fail, it's okay. Get up and do it again, you know. And if you fail again, get up and do it again until you master it, you know. Also, never give up. Never give up on yourself. Never give up on your vision. Never give up on your dreams. And if you don't have a vision or a dream, God is gonna give it to you. God is faithful to all of a sudden you will develop an interest in an area. Keep an eye on it, and when you do, read about it. Don't be afraid. Like it, reading, the best thing about reading is the fact that you can actually nowadays, actually, the awesome thing I'm seeing now somewhere is that books are even in audio version. So you can you can have your phone and read online. You can, there's a website actually that you can download all sorts of books, I promise you. And there's audio books even on YouTube. If you type a book's name, they can give you audio versions. You can just sit down and read and listen to a book. But in all things, add value to yourself. In everything that I'm saying is add value to yourself. If you're going into business, read. And when you're done reading, read some more. It is never enough, and you're never too old to learn. Thank you so much for your time, Samu. Thank you for having me. I'm deeply blessed. I'm deeply humbled. And I hope to see you again next time. Then I'll tell you exactly what we're doing and how we're doing. And,
and yes. Next time we'll be having a plan. Reach out to me. I'm a business coach, and I can walk the journey with you as well.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah. So what you're saying about finding something, I'm getting on a series of 60 ideas, 60 side hustles that moms can do. That I'm going to be releasing, I think from May, I'm going to be releasing 2 side hustles every day, every week. And the total of them will be like 300 hours of side hustles. So at least you will find one. Come on, ladies.
Yes.
Stay tuned to that one. Absolutely. Where I'll be bringing you all the side hustles that a woman can do from home. But having said that, Sheila, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm deeply humbled.
You are so welcome. Ladies, there you have it. We had another woman, and you're thinking, no, somebody's bringing people that are doing business. They know where they're going. Whatever. We had Sheila today. She's tried it. She's like you. She's a jack of all trades, and she's getting to be a master of one because of the books that she's reading, because of the coaching and the mentoring that she's going to get. You also can do something. She said, don't give up. This is Samagumbi, the mompreneur, and smiling is my trademark. Bye, Sheila.
Bye.